Hello friends, I am Dr. Drashishagravatt. In this video, I am going to discuss about the MCQ on renal function test. So, kidney is made up of nephron. Okay. And nephron is made up of the glomerulus. This is the glomerulus, which is nothing but a tuft of capillaries, right? And surrounding by the Bowman capsule. Then we have a proximal convoluted tubule, PCT. Then descending loop of Henle. This is descending loop of Henle. This is ascending loop of Henle. This is ascending loop of Henle. Then this is a distal tubule, and then collecting duct. Okay, and which is ultimately open into the ureter. Blood flow that goes into the glomerulus, which is filtered. Okay, and this out of this about 99% is reabsorbed. So how does it reabsorb? This is the tubules, and here this is the capillaries. So capillary will absorb from these tubules. Okay, and some amount, some substance like creatinine or beta-aminohydric acid, where from capillaries they are excreted into the tubules, so that they will come into the ureter, right? So this is very important portion. Okay, so now coming to the MCQ. So first MCQ: which of the following hormones are produced by the kidney? A. Erythropoietin, B. Renin, C. Calcitriol, or D. All of the above. So as we know, erythropoietin, which is required for the synthesis of the RBC, okay, for the RBC production, it is secreted by the interstitial cell of the kidney. So it is required, it is produced by the kidney. This renin enzyme, it is produced by the juxtaglomerular cell of the kidney, which is very important to maintain the blood pressure. Then calcitriol is a vitamin D. As we know, activation of vitamin D, 1-alpha hydroxylase enzyme, okay, that is produced by the proximal convoluted tubules. So here the answer will be all of the above, right? The answer is all of the above. Now second MCQ: which of the following renal function tests are used to measure the glomerulus filtration rate? So option are clearance test, B urine concentration test, C urine dilution test, and D urine acidification test. So here the glomerulus filtration rate, we measure the clearance test, right? So this is your answer. Okay, clearance test. So this is answer. Okay, and most important is, very important is inulin clearance test, and endogenous is creatinine clearance test. All these rest are function of the tubular function of the kidney. While clearance test and proteinuria, they are part of glomerulus function, right? And for the GFR specifically, require the clearance test. Now coming to the third MCQ: failure of concentration capacity of the urine is assessed by the measurement of A. Inulin clearance test, B. Fluid deprivation test, C. Acid load test, or D. Creatinine clearance test. So concentration capacity of the urine is measured by the, here the answer is B. Fluid deprivation test. So we do not give any fluid to the patient for 10 to 12 hours, and because of that the specific gravity will be increased more than 1.030. Okay, and if it is there, then the patient is normal. Okay, so that detect the concentration capacity of the urine by the kidney. Okay, this inulin clearance is a clearance test. Creatinine again is a clearance test, while acid load test is different. It is not for the capacity of the concentration capacity. Okay. Now fourth MCQ is, which of the following tests measure the GFR accurately? Creatinine clearance, urea clearance, inulin clearance, or none of the above. So here the best answer would be inulin clearance. Okay, because it is neither secreted from the capillaries to the tubule, nor not even reabsorbed from tubules. Okay. While creatinine, it is secreted. It is not reabsorbed, but it is secreted from capillary to the tubules. While this urea, it is around 40 to 50%, it is reabsorbed from the tubules. Okay, that's why it do not reflect the exact GFR. While creatinine, it in when the GFR is decreased, in that case, more secretion will be there. So it will be 10% higher than the normal, right? But base is inulin. But what is the only disadvantage? That it has to be given intravenously. But if you want to accurately measure the GFR, then we can use the inulin. And inulin, one more MCQ can be asked, that it is a polymer of fructose. It is a polymer of fructose, right? Now, fifth MCQ, normal value of urea clearance is A 54 ml per minute, B 75 ml per minute, C 1110 ml per minute, D 130 ml per minute. 40% it is reabsorbed. So normal GFR is around 120 ml per minute. Okay. So most of it is reabsorbed, so it will be less. So what will be the best answer? That is 75 ml per minute. Okay, that is the normal urea clearance. Now next MCQ, serum urea and serum creatinine. They are the marker of A, liver function, B, renal function, C, gastric function, or D, pancreatic function. As we know, urea, it is an end product of protein metabolism, and then it will be excreted in urine. Okay. While creatinine, it is an end product of muscle metabolism, and it is excreted via the kidney into the urine. Okay, and whenever there is a kidney failure, so this urea and creatinine, they will not be able to excrete through urine by the kidney. So this urea and creatinine level in the blood is increased. And increased level of urea, normal level of urea is around 15 to 40 milligram per deciliter. And creatinine is 0.4 to 1.4 as general. Okay. So it is said that suppose patient has a kidney failure, so urea will be like 120, create is 4.0. So both urea and create is increased in case of renal failure. It can be either acute renal failure or chronic renal failure. So urea, creatinine, both are the marker of kidney function. Whenever we do the test for the urea and creatinine, it is for the kidney assessment. Okay, kidney injury. So this is a renal function, right? Now, next MCQ, excretion of the albumin in microalbuminuria occur in the range of A 30 to 300 milligram per day, B 30 to 800 milligram per day, C 0.3 to 3 gram per day, or D none of the above. So here this 0.3 to 3 gram is equal to around 300 mg to 3000 mg, right? 300 to 3000 mg because it is 3 gram. So if we convert it to the milligram, so here the best answer is 30 to 300 milligram per day. That is called as the microalbuminuria. Okay, and it is the earliest sign of diabetic nephropathy. That because of the diabetes, increase your blood glucose, that will damage the kidney, or due to the hypertension when kidney is damaged. So that is the earliest marker. 30 to 300 milligram per day in urine, it is called minimal or possible or microalbuminuria. Okay, and it is detected by the pyregallol red method. Okay, and it is an early indication of nephropathy with diabetes mellitus or hypertension. As we know, it is very common disease. So presence of microalbumin in urine is suggestive of early damage by the diabetes or hypertension. Okay, so if we can early diagnose it, we can treat the patient early and prevent the kidney damage. The next MCQ, among the following most sensitive indicator for glomerular function is serum urea, serum creatinine, urea clearance, or creatinine clearance. As we know, urea and creatinine both are marker for the generalized kidney disease or acute renal failure or chronic renal failure. They will not give idea about the glomerular function. Okay, glomerular function is to filtrate the plasma. Then urea clearance, as we know, it is reabsorb, so it is less than, urea clearance is less than the GFR. While creatinine clearance, though it is 10% overestimated, but it is not absorbed, so it is likely the best answer is creatinine clearance. As such, we have to measure the inulin clearance, but as it has to be given intravenously. So endogenous based clearance test is creatinine clearance, right? Now, inulin clearance in an average adult man is A 54 ml per minute, B 75 ml per minute, C 1110 ml per minute, and D 120 ml per minute. So here the best answer is, or answer is 120 ml per minute. So here inulin clearance is equal to GFR, and GFR is 120 ml per minute. So here this is based on this 75 ml per minute is for the urea clearance. Okay, we have seen previous MCQ, right? All of the following statement about the inulin is correct. A, it is completely non-toxic. B, it is completely filtered by the glomeruli. C, it is secreted by the tubular cell. D, it is not reabsorbed by the tubular cell. So here it is completely non-toxic. So as such, it is the non-toxic. This is the right answer. Then it completely filtered by the glomeruli. So most of the substance, inulin or other substance like urea, creatinine, they are completely filtered by the glomeruli. Okay, so that will be also correct. It is secreted by the tubular cell. Okay, we will see, and it is not reabsorbed by the tubular cell. So here you can see here these are the tubules. Okay, so it is not reabsorbed by the tubular cell. Okay, from tubular cell it is reabsorbed to the capillaries. Okay, so it is not like urea, it is reabsorbed from tubules to the capillary. It is not reabsorbed, so this is also correct answer. And it is also not secreted from tubular cell. From tubular cell, okay. So like creatinine is secreted by the tubular cell, but it is not secreted by the tubular cell. So inulin here the except. So here the correct answer will be it is secreted by the tubular cell. It is not secreted by the tubular cell. Now next MCQ is which of the following is false about the urea clearance? A, influenced by the urine chloride. B, influenced by the dietary protein intake. C, inferior to the creatinine clearance, and D, overestimates the GFR. So if we see the options, it is urea clearance, it's influenced by the urine chloride. As we have seen that there is a maximum clearance, okay, maximum clearance and standard clearance. Okay, so maximum clearance is U into V upon P, urinary urea and plasma urea, and this is the volume. Okay, while standard clearance is U into root V upon P when urine volume is less than 2 ml per minute. So it is influenced by the urine chloride. B, influenced by the dietary protein intake. As we know, urea is the end product of protein metabolism. When we take more protein intake, more urea will be secreted. So it is influenced by the protein intake. C, inferior to the creatinine clearance. Yes, because 40% of the urea is reabsorbed by the tubular cell. So again, it is the correct answer. So, and last option is overestimates the GFR. No, it underestimates the GFR because it is reabsorbed by the tubular cell. So it will be less than the GFR. Okay, so it underestimates the GFR. Okay, so it is around 75 ml per ml. So your correct answer is, this is your answer, overestimate the GFR. Now the last MCQ, in assessment of the which of the following organ function cystatin C is required? A, kidney, B, liver, C, heart, or D, intestine. So as here the best answer is option A, kidney. It is a marker of kidney damage. It is the earliest marker for assessment of kidney disease. Then the even it is better than the creatinine or urea, as urea is affected by the protein intake or pre-renal conditions, and creatinine is affected by the muscle mass. Okay, and cystatin C, there is no free renal filtration, no tubular circulation, no reabsorb, and it is cysteine protease inhibitor. Okay, it is produced at the concentrate. So cystatin C is a better indicator for earliest detector of kidney damage. So that's why cystatin C is a novel marker, so it can be asked in nowadays exam. Okay, so this is all about the MCQ in kidney function test. I hope you like this video. If you like this video and if you find this helpful, please hit the like button, share my video, subscribe to my channel, and press the bell icon so that you can get notification for my future video also. Thank you friends for watching. Bye.